and welcome to today's video. So today I'm doing some more digital art. I'm using the program Krita along with my Wacom Intuos Pro tablet to draw. Yeah, I'm doing a sunflower field and you probably know that because of the title. So let's get right into it. So I've already started off by painting in the sky or adding two colors for the sky. I'm kind of just blending those together. I do have a picture that I'm using as a reference. And this is kind of how the sky looked, slightly. But yeah, I'm just blending those two colors together. Trying to pick a new brush so I can do the clouds. Now I'm realizing that I did the wrong color for the second part of this, for the bottom half of the sky. I'll use the color that I was supposed to use for the clouds. So I'm kind of just starting over again and fixing that. Because otherwise we wouldn't have had any clouds. So basically just redoing what I had just done. This time with the clouds. There's this brush in the program, I do not know what it's called, but I use it to make clouds and I think they look nice, as you will soon see. There we go. So I'm kind of just blocking in where the clouds are going to be and making the brighter parts more of an opaque white while the parts around it more transparent. Yeah, I just really like the look of the clouds when I use this pen, so yeah. Here I'm just adding in a path. So there's going to be grass on either side. So I'm kind of making it more diagonal so it looks like it's going off into the distance. Yeah, and here I'm adding in the grass, or the first tone of the grass. I'm adding it before I had done another drawing with a bunch of pale earthy greens. So what I'm doing is I'm adding those colors back into this piece. These are two different pieces I'm talking about. So yeah, there's going to be a bunch of different tones in this grass field. Yeah. I'm just going to blur these together with like this rake blender that I've got. I'm trying my best to avoid the path. That way we don't get the brown dirt path mixed in with the grass. And I'm kind of just blending that away into nothing. Since it's on a separate layer from the sky, it will just blend into the transparent background. So now I'm just making all of the layers transparent or invisible so I can focus on the sunflower. So I'm just doing the center part of that, trying to figure out how I want it to look. And I'm just adding in the petals. Like I said before, I do have a reference picture open, and this is one of the main sunflowers in the foreground. And it's kind of, the top is more flat or like coming straight at the camera, so it looks smaller, while the ones on the bottom are going down more. So I tried to show that, but not very well. But that's okay because I haven't really drawn a sunflower like this before, so it's a learning. I'm just resizing it so that it looks better, but then it kind of looks better the original way, so I'm putting it back. Adding in the stem, and now I'm painting it. I have this dark, cool brown that I'm using for the base coat, I guess I could say. Yeah. And I'm using an orangey yellow to get some of the sunflower leaves. Yeah. I'm kind of just putting it in where the picture was more orange, so that I'm pretty sure this is more like where the sun is hitting it at a different angle. And then I'm blending it in with the yellow, or the golden yellow, I could say. At this point, I'm stopping. I'm not really caring about how it looks, because I'm not really liking it. I'm using an airbrush to make the center part of the sunflower more warm, with a warmer brown. I'm kind of thinking that the inside circle is too big compared to the leaves, or the petals. And I don't know what to do with it at the moment. So I'm just kind of painting in the stem and hoping it will match up with the rest of the painting when I bring it back in. So I've brought the background back in now, and I'm resizing the flower to try and make it fit a bit. As you can see, I forgot to add the sketch into it, so I am fixing that, as well as adding a base background for the sunflower, since I keep on calling them leaves. Since the petals are transparent, you can see the sky through them, and I didn't really want that. So I'm kind of going in and painting around that so that it will look better. Fixing up the layer order and just merging those layers together. I'm trying to erase some of the sunflower itself, or I'm trying to erase some of the petals. Is that what they're called? yeah, the flower petals to like define it more so it's less just a blob with lines. And now I'm resizing it so that it does work. And I'm just going in and fixing the center because, like I said before, it was way too big. So I'm just going in, very loosely fixing that up. And the sunflower really doesn't match with the background, the grass nor the sky, but I'm going to make it work. At least I'm going to try my best to make it work. I'm just loosely adding the petals back in. Just adding a whole bunch of them, just very loosely. Okay, so now I am adding in more defined grass, or at least it's defined at the moment. It's really hard to see, but the more I do it, the easier it becomes to see. It's kind of a whole bunch of like squiggly lines of varying shape or squiggleness. Just kind of adding them all over. I'm going to do this a bunch of different times with a bunch of different shades of green. I'm pretty sure I'm using the same greens that I used before in the background base. So now I'm just using a filter to blur them just slightly so it doesn't stand out too much when I add the sunflower in. I'm copying it and sandwiching the sunflower between, and I'm making the top layer a little less opaque. I'm adding in more grass in the front. Just to add more depth, I guess. And I'm adding a bit in the back so it doesn't look like there's just dark grass in the front and that's it for some reason. And now I'm adding more to the path so that it's not just one flat color going out, because that's not interesting enough. So I've got some purples, some dark purples, some reds, greens, and the brown. And I'm just blending and blurring that path now. So now I'm adding in a second sunflower. I'm not doing the same thing I did before because that didn't really work, as we saw. So I'm kind of just blocking it in with the colors that I'm going to be using. I'm kind of just making it look somewhat like a sunflower. And that seems to be working. It's really pale at the moment, but now we're adding more color to make it less pale and more bright. We're fixing the center so we don't have the petals going into it. We're adding those leaf definition, the petal definitions in, and we're resizing. But it turns out I did it on the wrong layer, so I'm kind of just tracing around it with the snipping tool so I can just resize it itself. I'm gonna put one in the back there, hopefully, if it works. And we're gonna add one in the front, maybe, or in the back. Who knows where it's going to end up. I've got a large sunflower in the front now. And I'm pretty sure I just blurred that. And now I copied the stem from the first flower and I'm putting that on the other one, the one further away. And I'm kind of just blurring it and the flower itself. And now all that's left to do for me is to sign it. And there we go. So that's all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, maybe you can check out one of my other videos. It's very appreciated. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.